Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Laurie from the places Laurie goes, and today I'm gonna talk about 4 tips you should know before visiting Thailand. Tip number 1. If you're coming to Thailand, you need to carry cash at all times, specifically Thai bahts. You need Thai bahts to pay for taxis and tuk-tuks because they only take cash, to pay for things at street markets because they only take cash, pay for food at food stands and restaurants because they mostly only take cash, and or they have a minimum amount to pay with a card, which is usually 500 baht. And you need cash to pay admission at most temples. So far, only the Royal Grand Palace let us pay with a card, and it's because the entrance fee is 500 Thai baht, so that's probably why. Now, you can easily exchange your US dollars for Thai baht at any exchange kiosk, or you can take the cash out at ATMs around the country, no problem. You obviously do pay a little bit of a fee on that, on either one actually. And maybe you're wondering, what's the exchange rate from Thai baht to US dollars? Well, as of June 2022, the exchange rate looks like this. Okay, tip number 2, things to be aware of when moving around Thailand. First one I'm gonna mention is taxis. Specifically, beware of taxis that don't want to put the meter on or try to bargain the price of the trip. More often than not, you're going to end up paying 2 times to 3 times the actual fare. So insist on the meter or get out. They cannot force you to take the trip with them, so just find another one that has that puts the meter on. Second thing to be aware of is tuk-tuks. Tuk-tuks don't have meters, so they certainly will try to bargain an inflated fare for their rides. I recommend checking on the app Grab how much it would cost to go to wherever you want to go, and then bargain the price down to a similar amount. It might not always work, but you'll definitely pay less than what they suggested at first. Also, tuk-tuks around the Grand Royal Palace in Bangkok will try to convince you that you can't enter the palace at the moment because they are praying. They're gonna suggest driving you around a few temples and returning you to the palace some 2 to 3 hours later, where you can enter. Let me tell you, this is a lie, a big fat lie. We fell for it, and although the tuk-tuk ride around the temples was only 40 baht, which is about $1.20, and it was cool to see other temples, we realized it was a scam when the next day they tried telling us the exact same thing right after we had already been inside the palace. So don't fall for it. Just ignore them and keep doing your thing. Third thing to be aware of when is crossing the streets. Walking around the streets in Thailand is a fun, exhilarating, and rather dangerous experience, especially when it comes to crossing the streets. Even when walking signs are green, if you can find a crossing line, the priority on the road is for cars and motorbikes. They'll literally drive in front of and around you until they're about to hit you. They usually don't hit you, but they get close enough that you think they just might, and I've seen enough news around Thailand about them hitting people, kids, everybody, because they just want to keep going. So even locals run a little bit when crossing the streets to avoid being hit, so please keep an eye open and use the most precautions possible. Tip number 3, be careful with the tap water. Don't drink the water from the faucet. From what I've read, the pipes are pretty old and the water filtration system is not the same as other more developed countries, so just don't drink it. But you can still use it to shower and wash your face and your hands. So what I do recommend is keeping a few bottles of water in the hotel room to brush your teeth with, and then just a few for drinking. With that being said, stay hydrated. Bottles of water cost 7 to 60 Thai baht, which is about 20 cents to $1.25 US dollars. So depending on where you are, it'll cost a little different, but it's definitely not expensive, so stock up on them. And tip number 4 is pack your tropical weather. Thailand's weather is pretty warm and humid, meaning that it stays mostly warm all year long, and you can expect heavy rain, especially during the rainy season, which is the time I'm here right now. Thank God it's not raining right now. It was this morning. So temperatures can reach up to 102 Fahrenheit, and it's very humid. You can see my hair puffing already. And even at night, the temperature stays at around 75 Fahrenheit. So pack loose and comfy clothes so you don't suffocate in the heat, meaning leave your jeans and jackets behind. But do bring at least a pair of long pants, like loose pants, or a long skirt, and shirts that cover your shoulders when visiting temples. And don't forget to pack a raincoat or an umbrella for the rain, because trust me, you will need it. Guys, I hope all of these tips help you enjoy Thailand even more. Like always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more Thailand content, digital nomad lifestyle content, and budget-friendly travel advice. Thanks again for watching, and see you on the next one.